You hit it?
Yep.
Okay. Sick. Just planted in an apartment lobby.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
Downtown Toronto.
Yeah, pretty much. Had to put these drapes on for the lighting, but honestly, I think we're in a nice place for a nice conversation. What do you think?
Absolutely. I'm ready to do the podcast. First podcast,
First ever.
Make 10K a month, got to do the podcast.
Yes. Who are we with today?
We got Daniel Makarov.
Daniel Makarov. Daniel, how old are you?
I am 20 years old.
20 years old. Why are you here? Why did I bring you on this podcast?
Well, honestly, ever since I made 10K a month, I decided I want to make a podcast to drop some actual game. Some stuff about, obviously about software. Game about software. I've learned a lot in the past few months of building out my agency, currently building out software. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about Vocalynx, which is my agency, which helps YouTubers grow their channels by translating their content. I'm going to be dropping some game on exactly what I learned about the industry today, I think, about how people are scaling softwares, how people are building their own apps, making millions of it, what I'm planning to do, a little bit about me, and just general knowledge that you can't find online other than if you just doom scroll on Twitter for 3 hours every night until 4 a.m.
Yeah. Basically, I guess that was the YAF session. Okay. Let's start it from the top, okay? So most people probably don't know you. Talk a little bit about the business that you have going on.
Yeah, sure.
I want to start with that.
So right now, I currently own an agency called Vocalynx. Vocalynx basically helps YouTubers grow we come in, let's say you're a YouTuber, you own a channel, 1 million, 10 million, 100,000 subscribers, doesn't matter. All right, we'll come in and we'll work directly with the creator to translate that channel completely into whatever language they want, like Spanish, Chinese, French, German, and we'll manage everything regarding that new channel, including their titles, thumbnails, descriptions, and we'll make that person from the channel look like they're actually speaking whichever language they choose. So we have some pretty big creators from 100,000 subscribers up to 10 million that we're working with, purely just translating all their content and managing those channels for them.
Got you. Okay, so are you profitable?
Yeah, we've already done 50,000.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Actually?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
Since January. So it's it's not too much. It's not 50K a month, but we've had months where at first we barely made nothing. It was 1 to 2K a month. We've had literally just 2 months ago pop off 14 bands 1 month. That's it.
14,000 in 1 month. And you started January.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, this is insane. I mean, you're 20 years old, you said, right?
Yeah.
20 years old. Where did this all start? I mean, you have to start somewhere. You can't just become a businessman out of nowhere. It has to start from something, right?
True, yeah. So basically, I've been in the startup game for quite a long time. I started all the way back when I was 17. I would go to a lot of startup conferences here in Toronto. And yeah, I just I was always within the startup field. I always wanted to build my own company, my own product. I would go out, I would go to a bunch of conferences, I would talk to startups. What I actually used to do is I would go to whatever conference there was where there would be 1 million startups pitching their product and whatever, and I would go around, take photos of the companies, come home, and just study them. So that's a little bit about my background in terms of where I come from, and I've obviously built some other companies before that completely failed horribly, lost tons of money on it. And in terms of education, technically I still study at the University of Toronto. I still have 1 more week though left at the time of this podcast. Okay. I study computer science and economics, and yeah.
Cool. So you did mention that you went to conferences and stuff. What would these conferences be about? Just generally business or?
Just startups. It would just be startups showcasing their products.
So startups. So you've been interested in startups since a young age, you'd say, right?
Exactly.
And at this point in time, you're mostly into apps and software development, app creation. Has it always been this niche, or have you came from somewhere else or some other sector?
Yeah. So before the whole AI boom, I was part of the crypto people. So I was really in depth in crypto. I remember
Okay.
back when I was 17, 3 years ago, right? Crypto was popping off. Bitcoin, Ethereum were going crazy. You had a bunch of meme coins. I was
Oh, yeah.
really into that space. So I kind of come from there. And then when AI started happening, just like everyone in crypto, I also just went and just switched, started doing a bunch
Fully
of research.
shifted
Yeah, just
over.
fully shifted. But everyone did it. Like, I barely know any few people left within the crypto community who are not working on something AI related. They all shifted,
And
including
so
myself.
when you
So
shifted over, and was this translating business the first thing you did once you shifted over to this AI?
I've tried some
sector?
like other ideas. Like, I've wanted to do some sort of like, I remember one time I saw this video where it was like this cool like software. Basically, like, the way I would explain it is there's restaurants, right? And restaurants, obviously, there's a lot of people being managed. And it was kind of like this surveillance software that was being put out. And basically, what you could do is within like your security cameras, you can track who's being productive, who isn't. And I tried building something like that, completely failed. I've also tried to just sell like some like generic like software, like AI tools to like businesses. That also completely failed.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Vocalynx is probably one of like the first few AI things that I tried to do.
Right. And it's probably the first successful one that you'd say has been executed.
Yeah, exactly.
You've gone through a bunch of trial and error. Talk to me about like staying motivated through the failures. How did you keep your head down, and how did you get to this point?
That's a good question. I didn't know what else to do. To be honest, like, I didn't really care like too much about university. Like, sure, it was cool. Sure, I was studying a lot. But like at the end of the day, I knew that this wasn't going to really help me make a lot of money because like, you know, U of T, it's a great school. You learn a lot of theory. But at the end of the day, it's how you apply your knowledge to the real world that's actually going to get you results. And I really wanted money because I was broke. Like every college student, I was literally like just broke. I was looking for money. And I took some computer vision classes and I started to learn about computer vision, which is actually related to the previous project I had before Vocalynx. And then I decided to start actually developing out a software that I would currently use for Vocalynx, which is the actual translator itself,
Right.
which then just ended up growing to this agency, basically, model. But I still have created this whole translator basically myself.
Got you. Okay, so let's talk about Vocalynx a little bit. You're saying you're generating around like 10, 14,000 some months. How big is this team?
It's just me. It's just me.
This is a one man show?
Yeah, basically
Really?
just a one-man show, yeah.
So all
And-
business operations is just you.
Well, I do have some friends that sometimes like help me out with some things. I do ask, and obviously I pay them very well.
Got it.
but usually I do manage a big portion of it. But yeah, you
Right.
got some friends, homies out there that do help out. So
Right,
shout out to those watching right now.
Got you. So some help here and there, but most of the operations is kind of on your shoulders, huh?
Yeah.
How was it reaching out to customers? Tell me about like how you just pushed this app in general.
Like
how
how
did
I
you
got
get
my-
eyes on it?
How I got my first customers. That's a really good question because that's something like every agency or software owner like literally has trouble with. It's getting customers. It's getting
It's the
leads.
most important thing, isn't it?
Exactly. And everyone like has so much trouble with that. So for Vocalynx, it was extremely simple for me. I just sent out a bunch of emails. I would just go on YouTube channel. There's two things I did. The first thing is when I first like started out like, and by the way, January when I'm starting out in January is I already had the software ready by then. And I was already reaching out to clients. Before that, I was actually building it out for the past 3 months about. So that's what I meant by January. I should have probably stated that earlier. But basically what I first started to do was I simply sent out emails to big YouTubers. I would go on YouTube, I would type in finance videos, and I would find all the finance channels, and I would just send them out emails.
Did it ever depend on the subscribers? Like, did you ever have like a minimum subscriber count for the channels that you'd reach out to?
100,000 followers minimum.
Minimum.
100,000 subscribers minimum.
You'd say anything below that, and they either don't have money or they wouldn't
Yeah.
really be interested.
Yeah, exactly. Because in my later testing, I had like a massive email list of a bunch of YouTubers from 1,000 subscribers to like a few million, and I have never been reached out to by someone under like 120,000 subscribers, I think.
Okay. Talk to us about the first client.
Yeah, so I first started off by just sending out emails. Obviously, I screwed up on the first type of email because in the first email, I just talked about my product. I didn't even mention the outcome, so no one responded. The second type was interesting. This is actually when I got customers. I basically sent out emails with 3 parts to it. First part, it would address like the actual customer, like who they were. I like said their name, and I kind of gave them a little bit of a rundown of their channel, what they talked about, just to show them that like I'm actually a real person. I'm not just some massive spam bot. The second part I talked about was what outcome I gave them. Mm-hmm. So for example, one thing I would say is, hey, you like working with us, you have access to millions of more viewers because now you can translate, you make videos in English. That's only a small part of the world. If we'll translate to like these 3 languages like Spanish and Chinese, you've got such a high, so many more people your videos can reach. And then the third part is how I explained how I actually did it, which is through my translation offer where I would come in, translate your videos, everything, do everything for you. You don't even have to worry about it. And that's it.
That's nice. So you kind of created like a little bit of a template for yourself in terms of sending out emails, what the contents of and stuff.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yep. The templates actually, I made a video on the templates.
Is it readily available?
Yep.
Okay.
It's on my channel.
We might put it out in the description for y'all if you guys are interested. But okay, then let's fast forward. That first guy that was like, "Hey, I'm interested." How did that go down?
Well, we first started off, I remember, by doing like my very first customer. Obviously, I was new to this. I didn't even really know how to work with him. So what we first started off doing was he would just send me batches of videos and I would just translate them. So he would just send me like 10 videos. We would translate and we would upload them. Mm-hmm. Again, all done for you. Did everything for him. That's not a problem. And then we realized that we didn't really have much of a consistent schedule because obviously you would upload 10 videos, not at once, but obviously for the span of a few weeks. But then you needed to grow this channel. Right. So what we ended up doing is at first I translated big batches for him. But then what we ended up doing was we ended up going on a more recurring basis. So we changed the model from just big batches of videos at once to a weekly, because he had a bunch of videos. We would just go in and we would translate 100 minutes of videos per week into, at the time, Spanish. Right. But then we ended up going to more languages and
Scaling,
more. Yeah, we just scaled it with that guy.
Got it. And this would be how many channels?
At first we started off with 1. We started off with 1, then we grew to 4, then he added 5, and then right now with that guy, we have 11 channels. Got
it. So he took that 1 channel for proof of concept, and then he believed in it and started, asking for more, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now that was one client. Another client I had, it all depends on the client. Another client I worked with, I think he was my 3rd client. Okay, actually I'll first tell you about my 2nd client. Right. My 2nd client, he wanted daily videos. So he would make a live stream. I would go in the morning, translate the live stream, and by the afternoon, post it. He had a VA, so we didn't really have to actually post it. We more just translated the videos and the title and the description, sent it off to their virtual assistant, and then they posted it. The 3rd client, weekly, they would send a big batch of videos, translated, and again, their assistant also did that. 4th client, I remember, we did 2 videos a week, and he sent a big batch, and we worked on it with him for 2 months. And then 5th client also they would just send a batch of videos. So it depends. Some people, they just like big batches of videos. Some like it more recurring. It depends on the influencer.
Got it. So, I mean, in terms of the email sending, right? I don't expect it to be that you'd send 3 emails out and then one of them would just be oh, I'm interested. Here's my money, right? You probably sent out thousands, right?
Yeah.
Did you do this all by hand, or did you have a process to automate it? How did this go down?
Yeah, so that's a really good question because I had two like methods. This was like phase 1 and phase 2, I call it. Phase 1, it was all by hand. So I would just have that generic email not generic, but I had that like customized email template, and I go one by one, find YouTubers and send it. I also hired someone from Fiverr to basically go and create those email lists, and then I would just go and like me and my friend, for example, would go and, which is you. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Like, you literally helped me with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy literally helped me with it.
Yeah,
So
I did.
yeah, he helps.
I don't run a podcast. This is oh God. No.
Yeah, he's a G. He's a G.
Yeah.
Go subscribe to his channel.
Thanks.
But yeah, we would just send out a bunch of emails customized, and we sent out a few hundred. I think probably like honestly like 1,000. Like, how many did we send? I remember I sent out like 700, 700 or 800,
Yeah.
and then you sent out a few hundred.
In total, I think we've probably sent out over 2,000 to 3,000.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a few customers from there, I remember, and then also I created this thing. What I did was I went on Fiverr, and I basically found a bunch of virtual assistants who already created those email lists before. And so what I would do is I'd be like, yo, look, you already have a bunch of emails from YouTubers. You're not going to need them anymore. Let me just buy it off you for like $100. And I spent like 200 to 300 on literally like 100,000 emails.
200 to 300 on 100,000 emails.
Yep. 120,000 to be specific.
Guys, he's giving out the free sauce.
Exactly.
Keep your ears peeled. Like
just go on Fiverr, ask like the people for the email list they already created. They'll sell it for you for very cheap.
The method works, man. Like, and if you ever kind of try to go out and outsource like these emails from these YouTubers, you can technically go into the descriptions, ask for the emails, but you'll realize that after maybe like 5 or 6 times, it'll stop you from gaining access to a YouTuber's email. So you have to keep switching over. You know how it is, switching over from one channel to another. So it's just way easier if you have the names, a little bit of a description about the channel, and obviously the email. It would be really nice if you had it all just in an Excel spreadsheet, which these people on Fiverr have.
Exactly. Like, I know there are services like clay.com and like on Instantly, you could like, they already have like massive email lists, databases of like people, but they're never influencers. They're never YouTubers. It's only like business people who work at jobs and like CEOs. It's never YouTubers. So it's a little harder to get email lists of those YouTubers, but it's possible. And yeah, with that email list, I set up a campaign with Instantly, and it didn't work as good because I couldn't make it as customized as possible. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of those emails from that email list were simply shit. Like, they were bad. Work? Like, yeah, they were just like dead channels. They like channels that had 1 million subscribers but 0 videos. But there were like, I still got like clients that way. So that's also another method you could use. It'll work. You'll get a lot of responses though. Right. Like, remember, like, yeah, I got a lot of responses, but like not too many conversions. But like, it was very easy. You just set it and forget it.
Yeah. That's a really nice method you just mentioned there. A lot of people can grow using that method. Grow from 0 to something, just like Daniel here. I'd say let's talk a little bit about the future. I mean, what are your plans in terms of scaling Vocalynx? I mean, you're sitting at what, maybe on average 10K MRR?
Yeah, very volatile, very volatile.
Like on average, like maybe some nights it's like, some months it's maybe 8, some months it's 12, but on average, let's say 10.
Yeah.
In order to scale this to something higher, 100,000, 1 million, we see online, all these podcasts, they talk about this. Like, what are your plans in terms of this? Yeah,
so, running an agency, it's cool. It's good. It's like... It's our first podcast. Sorry. Like, this is actual info. This is real. Like, literally. We're just a little giggly off of this. I don't know. It's kind of fun. But basically, running an agency is good at the end of the day. Because, like, you get to work with clients directly. You learn what they actually want. Like, for example, coming into this, I thought people just wanted more like just translated videos, but like people like really like it. But like, okay, I'm gonna spit some game right now. YouTubers are kind of lazy. Actually, they're really lazy. Like, if you could just like do tasks for them, they'll give you money, just even if it's like not the biggest, not the hardest task in the world, but they'll like pay you just to do things, just so that they can like save time on it. So if you could like either build a product or like be that person that like just frees up their time, you're gonna make money off of it. So the great thing about Vocalynx is, like my agency, is I learned a lot about what YouTubers want, how they work, how they operate, the scheduling, the types of, even like titles, creating titles. Like YouTubers, every creator has like their own style to it, I've noticed, like little nitty gritty things. So exactly how you just asked, how am I gonna get to 100K? How am I gonna get to 1 million? I believe it's gonna be through software. Why? Because software is infinitely scalable. I want Vocalynx to like translate like all the YouTube videos in the world, or at least like for like 1 million channels. And I don't. Oh my God, so many. Who's texting?
Turn on D&D.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
some guy, Uber Eats guy. Anyways, and like running an agency, right? Sure, you could work with 5, 10, 50, screw it, even 100 clients, right? But I want this to be even bigger than it is. I want like 1 million channels using like Vocalynx to actually translate their software. Why? Because literally it doesn't exist. There isn't a solution. And it always made me confused because like if you're a channel, you want the most views. Why not just go global? And like big channels like Mr. Beast are already doing that. Like they're translating all of their content, but no one else is, right? So it's crazy. It's literally a great opportunity. And I think with my technological knowledge from like university, the things I learned about computer vision, the product I've currently built, and like the actual translator, and the software I'm gonna be launching, it's gonna be awesome because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be launching a software where you can first of all translate the videos using my own like technology. You can translate all the videos, do everything. And also, if you're a channel, big YouTuber, right? Translating videos takes a long time because you come in, you translate the video. Like if you use like other software tools out there, right? You go in, you translate the video, you have to upload it, takes time. You have to translate the title, you have to translate the thumbnail. It just simply takes a lot of time. I know this because that's like kind of like what my company does to me.
Basically, what you're trying to say is, if you can find a way to make someone money, save someone money, or save someone's time, that will be a successful business.
Exactly. And that's what my software is going to do. It's going to have 2 key features. Translating videos, one-off, and translating complete channels. So you'll connect your main YouTube channel, you'll choose the languages that you want, you'll connect, like you'll create obviously those versions of the channel languages, you connect it to my software, you choose the videos you want translated, if not all of them, done. It'll translate everything and it'll automatically, you could like automatically schedule post it to whenever. That's it. So you'll literally be able to guaranteed like quadruple, quintuple the amount of views you get in just a few clicks. That's it.
Wow. So would you say that there are any like YouTube channels or like YouTubers that upload videos that wouldn't be suitable for this type of technology?
One thing that my company like prides itself on is our lip sync technology. So the fact that like we can make a person look like they're actually speaking that language. But obviously you don't need that. Like if you make faceless content, it'll just translate the actual like voice, which is perfectly fine.
In fact, we're probably gonna have different language versions of this very podcast on different channels too. So you'll see it in action. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll probably have this. But anyways, yeah.
So I think the only channels probably won't be affected, maybe like music channels for now, because it's not that advanced to like translate
basically
YouTube. Any
channels with dialogue can benefit from this technology.
Yeah, anyone who makes videos either like faceless or with face, which is like 99% of YouTube, let's be honest.
It's most of YouTube, yeah.
So yeah, those are the people that are going to benefit from it. And
in general, like based on the clients that you've had thus far, what kind of growth have they seen? Let's talk about like the best client that you have. Like what kind of growth have they seen?
So hundreds of thousands of viewers, new subscribers, new partnerships. There's a few things, right? First of all, they get monetized. They get hundreds of thousands of viewers.
How quickly did you say they get monetized?
It depends on the channel, but usually it can take, like, with one client, it takes a few months. But obviously with other channels, it all depends on the content, really. We've seen growth, like, much higher than that. So there's monetization. You get way more views. So for example, a lot of these YouTubers, they'll sell products. You could sell your products to even more demographics, people around the world. And third is sponsors. Now that you have a channel in many different languages, you can just simply, like, whenever you're talking to a company to sponsor a video, you can just be like, yo, your product isn't just going to be seen to English viewers, it'll be seen all around the world. Pay me more money. So it's like the YouTuber at the end of the day makes more money no matter what. Or else, like, why would they just want to translate the content? So it's very beneficial for them in the long term. And even in the short term. It does take some time. I'm not going to sit here and say it might take a month to be monetized. Because at the end of the day, it depends on the YouTuber you are. Maybe you're an extremely, extremely famous YouTuber that the second you create this channel and you shout it out, you'll get to 1 million subscribers within a day. Right?
Do you expect that YouTuber to promote these channels, or would you just say, no, don't promote them, I'll grow them on my own?
That's a really good question. And from what I find, this is what YouTubers do, is they'll first create the channels, they'll spend some time letting it grow naturally. This is what they want. There's not, like, I've given them suggestions to promote it directly, but they will let it grow a little bit to at least a few hundred subscribers, and then they'll, like, promote it by just, like, either mentioning it in a video or writing one of those public comments on YouTube on their channel that they have, like, these alt channels, basically. And you know, another interesting thing is a lot of the times the viewers of those YouTubers will come across their multilingual channel and they'll, like, comment, oh my God, I found your Spanish channel and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it sometimes happens. I've seen it. Not rare, like, quite rarely, I mean, but sometimes, yeah.
Nice. I think we kind of blew over this, but I wanted to ask you, you said you went from an agency to a SaaS. So
yeah.
For those of you that don't know, SaaS is software as a service, right? And I just want to know, like, what made you consider that pivot and then obviously now execute it?
Well, to consider more money, way more money.
So you'd say in a SaaS, there's more money than if you were to just run an agency?
Yeah, bro, I'm trying to get to $1 million a month. If I don't care about anything except $1 million a month. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. Like, I need that $1 million a month. And I think through a software, it's much more scalable. Because, bro, like, think about it, right? The thing is, there's a lot of, like, bottlenecks to agencies still. Like, even just, like, people reaching out, usually I've had people who wanted, like, some sort of, like, not just, like, people, how do I say this? People would much rather go on a website and just try out the demo themselves rather than connect with a salesperson who books a call and talks and all of that. So that's one of the barriers we're currently facing, is people simply don't want to come and have to talk to me, a sales agent. They just want to go translate their content, done. They don't want to talk to salespeople and stuff like that. And that's another thing SaaS can deliver, you know? Okay. And on top of that, like, it's kind of, like, infinitely scalable. Like, it just, like, if I start getting a lot of clients as an agency, I need to start hiring other people. I need more employees. It's just a headache. But software is very linear. Like, people come, they sign up. Like, I'll obviously spend some money to render out the video, and, like, the more people, the more money that'll cost me. But, like, that's easily scalable. Again, at the end of the day, through a software, I can easily manage 1 million YouTube clients compared to if 1 million YouTube clients came to me, then I would need teams of tens of thousands.
But the thing is, with the SaaS, the whole point of it would be to not really manage them. It's kind of like the software is managing it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly,
right. Yeah. Would you say that there are at least some customers out there that would much rather the agency kind of approach to it, where they actually have a representative that's helping them, taking care of them each step of the way? Because at the end of the day, they will be spending a lot of money, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's something we're still going to offer. So I just want to make this clear. We are not stopping the agency. That's not like, I'm not killing the agency or anything. And with Vocalynx, we're still going to have the agency as an option for clients to want, because yeah, that's true. Right. A lot of creators do want to, like, work directly with people when they're spending that much money, because they have so many videos, so many hours that it's going to take a lot of money. They want someone to kind of hold their hand. And that's something we're still going to continue doing 100%.
I feel like the SaaS portion is kind of to tap into a more broader market, maybe some smaller YouTubers that just want to test something out, maybe a couple minutes of a video, see how it is, just kind of tap into a broader market, not YouTubers with already established YouTubers with 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers. You just want to kind of broaden it. Maybe not even YouTubers.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's true. Not even YouTubers. Potentially, like if you own like, I don't know, like if you're a company and you guys create ads, right, for like American customers, you could come on my platform, translate your advertisements, and then promote to like people in Europe or Africa or China or anywhere like that. So it's also a very broad market of localization. So that's sick too.
Nice, man. I mean, this is an excellent business model. I'd say a lot of people would probably agree listening to this. Let's talk about a little bit about you though. I'd say go back to like the first business you've ever done before. Actually, let's take a step back. I want to ask a little bit about you're running this business. You've probably taken some inspiration from someone. Talk about some of the people that have inspired you, whether it be your parents, YouTubers, friends, people you've met in your life.
That's a really good question. I think the people who inspire me right now the most are other software/app founders that are making so much money, who are like my age or around my age. I'm 20, right? There are kids that are like 18 to like 25 who are making millions of dollars off of software and purely off of a viral product. I think they inspire me a lot because when I look at them and they make $1 million a month from their software, I'm like, damn.
Have you seen these people on YouTube, or do you know them like personally?
A lot of YouTubers. I'm part of a lot of like Discord communities who like talk about this like area of software and application buildings. For example, I'll give you a great example. Zach Ugari, I don't remember something. Ugari. His first name is Zach. Okay, he's the founder of Cal AI. It basically, all it is MyFitnessPal, except you can take a photo of your food and it'll track your calories.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
that guy,
right.
He's 18 years old. He scaled that up to $3 million a month at 18.
Wow.
So like, if he's making like 3 mil, sure, I made 14K 1 month, but that's like nothing compared to him. Yeah, how do I get to that mil? Like, that's my question always. So like, they really inspire me, and I learned a lot from them. Like I learned, like with this software coming out soon, my marketing strategy for it is gonna be very similar to their apps that they've built, and I hope I'm gonna also make $1 million a month soon.
So they kind of served as like a pillar that, hey, they've done it, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's nice. Let me just see what else we have here. You went from okay. So let's pivot a little bit away from your business. What businesses in general would you say are probably going to take off in the future, based on the knowledge that you have about software, AI? What do you think?
That's a really good question. I think anyone who could build a product really fast and who has some sort of distribution is going to win. Because in the past, like, the thing is, startups are changing really quickly. Like, the whole nature of building a company is completely, like, because of AI tools, it's completely changed. So what do I mean by that? In the past, when you wanted to build a startup, you needed a team of developers, you needed a team of marketing experts, you needed a bunch of money up front to pay for them, and you just needed to spend a lot of time on all of this. Nowadays, you can use an AI tool like Lovable.dev or Cursor or like those AI tools. Like those are two off the top of my head. You could build out your website or application within like a week or two. Like let's say, even if you're not starting from like scratch, right? Maybe like 3 weeks, okay? 3 weeks, you have an application ready, right? This is a little different to mine because mine, yes, there's the whole website portion, but there's also like the models that I had to train out and stuff like that to make it look like the person's actually speaking and all that jazz. But typically speaking, for like most founders nowadays, like for example, Zach Ugari, who built this Cal AI app, which is like, let's be honest, it's just a ChatGPT wrapper. He even admitted it himself.
He said
right?
He did?
Yeah, he admitted it. He said they use a lot of OpenAI to take those photos because it's the most advanced model, right? So what people are doing now is you could easily go on, use one of those AI tools, build your software or app within a few weeks, and now the game is distribution. In the past, distribution was expensive. You had to go on TV. You had to pay money for Facebook ads, all of that. Now we have TikTok. You could literally like get 1 million views just by blowing up, going viral, posting videos completely for free.
Have you benefited from these social media apps yourself?
Not yet, but that's part of my strategy for growing the Vocalynx software. So far as an agency, I mainly just relied on email, to be honest. But exactly. So it's going to be a method I'm going to be focusing on. And yeah, I see that a lot of people, I think that's going to be the distribution edge that you have, is if you can go viral.
So basically you're saying in this day and age, you don't really need to know that much about coding to kind of create a software.
No.
At all.
No.
If that.
No, just study. Just like, okay, maybe you'll need a little bit of knowledge. Because obviously I used to be a programmer. I studied computer science. Mm-hmm. But like, even now, like as I'm building out like the front end of the platform, it's like, it's all AI. Like I don't even know. It's just prompt engineering. It's just knowing what to say to the tool that'll actually give the results. I think that's like the most important thing.
So
like
the prompt quality, basically.
Yeah, the prompt quality. Mm-hmm. I think you can study on that. Because I'm going to be honest, you could go watch like a 1-hour tutorial online on how to use like lovable.dev, and you're good. You're good to build an app. Simple as that.
Wow. Is lovable.dev a free platform or?
They give you 5 free credits, which is 5 messages, they say, but like you could get 100 messages for like $20 a month US. So it's like,
how many messages do you think it would take to kind of build a simple software out?
It depends on the app, but usually 200 to 400 messages. So $100 max, I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen anyone like surpass 400 messages.
And that's a solid software. The outcome would be a solid.
It's good.
Right.
It's perfectly fine.
Wow.
Then you could use like, Lovable has its own like problems because it's very like, I don't know, it doesn't tweak like, you can't really install like libraries, which are like external tools onto it. But then like you could switch to another software called Cursor. So you build out the general site using Lovable. If there are any glitches in the code, bring it to a Cursor, which is an IDE, which is another AI software that you can use to actually edit it. And then use that. Also, it's like $20 a month, right? And you'll have a fully running software only for like $100. Wow. Max. Like this is like literal max. You don't even need $100. I'd be honest, you could probably do it for like 20 to $40, but $100 if you're really going crazy.
It's like probably 10, 20 years ago, you'd probably need like a team of 10 software engineers on payroll just to get something going in a year.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Use Lovable to build out your site, Lovable or Cursor. All right. Then you use Supabase, a free database, to store all of your information regarding your customers and whatever you have. They also, like for my more technical viewers, they also have edge functions. I'm pretty sure they're called from what I remember.
What does that entail?
It basically, you could like run functions virtually on the cloud. So like, let's say for example, you want to upload a video and then like you leave the website, or not upload, like let's say you want to do something, it's like a function that kind of runs in the background basically. So Supabase handles that.
Okay.
So that's sick. And then you use Vercel to host it, to actually like put this website online of the software that you built. That's free also.
That's free even with the domain?
Domain, you got to pay for it. $20. GoDaddy. Just buy it from GoDaddy. $20. Vercel is free. Supabase is free. Lovable.dev, depending on how many credits, not more than $100.
You don't need much money, it seems like, to have a startup nowadays. Software startup, at least SaaS.
No. Now the main question is distribution. How are you going to get customers?
Right.
That's the main tricky problem.
So like nowadays, would you say like other than emails, have you branched off into other means of advertising, promoting? Have you, say, like sponsored any YouTubers yourself? Have you anything like that?
That's a good question. So far not, but that's because I've been mostly occupied finishing up school and then also building out the Vocalynx software. Once I build out the Vocalynx software, my main goal is going to be advertising through TikTok. I'm just going to try and make like a bunch of videos. And I'm not going to say what videos in specific on the podcast because I don't want like copycats, but I'm going to be making a bunch of special type of videos that I believe are going to go viral. And I believe that even if you get like 10 million views, you are bound to get a few people on your site. Like no matter what.
A few people off of 10 million is probably more than a few.
Yeah, exactly. Even more. It's just guaranteed views. If you can really like focus on distribution, figure out how do you get your software in front of 1 million eyeballs, you're golden. Like I know like people, for example, what they would do, instead of focusing on building the software first or having the idea, they would find influencers first, partner with them, and then build a software around that person's audience. So it's literally guaranteed distribution, and building that with the product is easy.
Wow. I mean, it seems like you have the code. You cracked the code in this sector, I guess. 3
a.m. Twitter nights or x.com, 3 a.m. grind is paying off.
You be on Twitter at 3 a.m.
Bro, 3 a.m. is lucky. 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Like long nights, huh?
Long nights, sleepless nights. Gotta get the grind. I gotta get to that mill, bro.
Are you more of a like guy that would save his money, or are you an avid spender? Would you say?
I spend
what do you
money
do with
on
your money?
Food.
Just food.
I spend a fuck ton on food. I'm fat, bro.
Yeah.
I'm fat. Other than that, like other than food,
what's your gym regimen? You do any gym work?
I've been starting to follow Jeff Nippard, so we getting on that. You know,
okay.
we getting rid of that belly.
Shout out Jeff Nippard.
You know, we got a deal. We got an interesting deal going on to make sure I don't get fat. So, don't
any
get too fat.
Investment advice?
Bro, my best investment advice is say fuck investments. Focus on building your business. Like, bro, I don't. You know, I'm gonna give it a little tangent on that, right? I don't get people like who have like 10K and buy stocks. Like, bro, you're gonna make like 8% on that a year. Like, bro, just reinvest that into like just trying to like do something else, like in your skills or like trying to build like your software or whatever. So don't invest like 10K. Like, I think you can like invest money when you have like $500,000. That's nothing there. Okay, fine. Throw it into investments. You can make some money off of that. Other than that, bro, like screw that. Invest in yourself. Go travel. Like go do something. Like go buy a Rolex. I'd rather you grab the 10K, just go buy a Rolex.
Some people would say that's an investment.
Oh yeah, that is true. But like a lot of people like to invest in the S&P 500 when they have like $500.
So you're saying you have to reach a certain monetary threshold in order to consider like stocks and like investment funds, stuff like that?
I think when you said like whether or not you should invest, I think like I interpreted that as investing into stocks, into safe assets. I say unless you're like some trader, fuck that. Just go straight just into your business. Screw the investments. Bro, all of my money is like in my savings account.
So I'm saying, do you save money at all? Like,
yeah, all of it is in my savings. I don't invest a single dollar into, because like, bro, like think about it. Like I'm running this software. I'm running this channel. Like I don't want to start thinking about whether or not the markets are going up and down. I don't need extra stress in my life over like 8% a year.
Right.
Like I'm not making money off of that. I don't have that much money, you know? So.
And you're also in a process of constant like scaling and all that. You probably need liquid money in order to pay for stuff like advertising.
Exactly. Advertising, all of that. Calling Ubers for girls, you know, like
yeah.
the typical.
Yeah, typical SaaSpreneur activity.
SaaSpreneur activity.
I mean, I know everyone just asks this on podcasts, but where do you hope to see yourself in 5 years?
Probably like a billionaire in Miami.
Straight. You think in
or
5
Toronto.
years from today you're gonna be a billionaire
100%.
on Forbes?
Yeah, why not, dude? Like even like there's this really interesting clip of Sam Altman and this CEO of Anthropic. They're betting, like the big CEOs are betting that there's soon going to be the first solo billionaire in the world, right? And the Anthropic, that's what Sam Altman said. The CEO of Anthropic publicly said on a podcast that he believes there's going to be the first self-made solo billionaire by like 2026. Bro, like if this pops off for me.
Till right now, you'd say that there's no self-made billionaires now?
Like solo self-made billionaire.
Solo, in the sense that...
Like one-person company.
A one-person company, okay.
One person, yeah. The CEO of Anthropic said that there's going to be the first one-person company by 2026. I think that'll be me. Because like, bro, like this niche doesn't exist. Like the benefits that this will add to society is incredible because like the thing is, a lot of content that's really high quality produced is in English, right?
Right.
Imagine like bringing like that high quality English content. Like for example, one of the ideas where I brought Vocalynx from was that I used to watch a lot of coding tutorials, okay? And a lot of them were only in English, really high quality. And I always thought, well, bro, like people like in France or people in like some other country can't watch these really high quality videos. They have access to less resources in that case. Like this will bridge that gap.
So you think like in France they don't have like high quality coding videos in their language?
I think less.
You think less?
Yeah, because it's the U.S. market is bigger. It's more monetizable. It's like there's just more creators out there. Or like for example, the Russian market. Like the Russian market, there's oh so many people. Like who's making a bunch of Russian videos for coding? Like there are some, but
market.
It's smaller. And if you bridge that information gap, well, there's $1 billion market. That's probably like $1 trillion industry, to be honest.
Right. So basically, your technology would be kind of, in a way, replacing the old like caption stuff, like just having like words translating there while the people are just speaking their own language, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of trying to like literally just change the language as a whole.
Exactly.
With lip sync.
Yeah, exactly. And to further that point, Mr. Beast himself said that before he like translated his videos, whenever he's like very philanthropic, whenever he goes to like countries within Africa, no one would know of him. But now that he translated his videos to like I think 11 languages also, including Spanish and French, and like in Africa, the two most popular languages are Spanish and French. Whenever now he goes for his philanthropic activities, people know him there. People used to not know him. So like that's how he grew his brand. So like why can't others, you know?
So he just has a bigger reach through these multilingual channels.
Yeah, I think his multilingual channels like make up more than his English speaking channels.
Wow.
There has to be more.
Major.
So like if Mr. Beast, the world's biggest content creator, is doing this.
He was the first to do this, no?
Probably. He was like the first mainstream guy.
Yeah.
No other mainstream people are doing it too.
He was the first one that I heard of. Yeah. I mean, you probably took some inspiration about this business from him, right?
Yeah, he's a proof of concept. Like he's literally proof of concept to doing it. So yeah.
Of course. Here, let's do some rapid fire. What would you say to yourself, your 15-year-old self, let's say?
Bro, build more companies. Just try more things. Like don't just like.
You say you didn't try enough?
I think I spent a lot of time like again going to these conferences and studying. I wish I did a little less of that. I think that was really good because that helped me formulate the ideas, know what's good, know what's not. But I think if I just spent more time like launching products from the beginning, like I'd be like more far right now, like more ahead.
More ahead. Okay. How much time do you spend on this business per day?
All day, other than studying. Like nowadays it's a little less just because it's exams, final exams. God damn, I hate exams, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in the finals.
Right there with you. Right there with you.
Shit ass, bro. Exams kill
me. You're balancing the exams with the business operations and stuff.
No? Yep, but that's not an excuse. Like that 14K month, I also had exams, so that's no excuse to it. But yeah, exams, and other than that, bro, I just wake up, just work on the business all day. Like I don't really like do any, like bro, I'll just wake up, work on the business, study for like exams if I have to. I don't really study that much, but I still like obviously I need to pass the classes. And then at night just go out, do some night game or something. I don't know, like with the boys,
Right.
We're going out,
girls. Those are always nice, yeah.
You gotta focus on that too a little bit, a little less now, but.
Would you say you have like a balanced life?
No.
Just
work and then at night play. Like basically.
Work hard, play hard.
Exactly.
Right.
Bro, I go to bed at like 4 or 5 a.m. Like that's probably not even healthy to be honest. So.
Wait, how much sleep do you get?
I still get like 7 hours. I just wake up at like 12.
You just wake up later.
Yeah.
That's not bad. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Some people work better at night.
Exactly.
Right. I think we went through everything.
Yeah. This was a great first podcast. It was like 50 minutes. It was very
50
nice.
50 solid minutes.
Yes, sir. And I'm Oh yeah, this is me in glasses. You guys don't see me in glasses.
You can see now?
Yes, sir. I can see everything now. So yeah, it was a great podcast. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye.